a kind of stalemate because ultimately Christians don't take the Quran as authoritative and Muslims don't take the Bible as authoritative.
It's very strange because Muhammad, he did. You see, he just said the Muslims, they don't take the Bible as authority. But the stupid Quran say to the Christians, you have to judge by the Bible. You have to judge by the Torah. You have to judge by the gospel. And here you see that there is separation between Islam and Muslims. Muslims are coming from different galaxy. And they don't give a damn for what the Quran say. Is that my book? It says those who follow the messenger and the illiterate prophet, whom they find mentioned in their own scriptures, in the law and the gospel both. For he command them what is just, forbids them from what evil. Okay. He is saying, well, you know, like, we accept the authority of the Bible to prove Muhammad. Because how you can prove Muhammad from a book which is false? That would be stupid to say. Like, you have a stupid book, supposedly, and I'm going to use a stupid book to prove that I am smart. So the stupid Muhammad, he decide, according to Muslims, to accept a book. And that book proved that he is a prophet. But they Muslims don't accept that book. I mean, do you see how smart the argument? Second verses. We are not done. Are we? No. Chapter 5, verse number 43. We can show you tons of chapters, but I mean, 2 verses, 3 verses enough. But why they come to thee for decision when they have their own law before them? They have it. This is in the time of the dummy Muhammad. The Quran saying, you Christian, you Jews should not come and ask Muhammad, for you have what is sufficient. Muhammad has no answer. Otherwise, why Muhammad is saying no? And why he is saying to them, you have the book. Why they are coming to you? But we just heard this potato saying that the Muslims don't accept the Bible as authority, but the Quran and Allah and Muhammad saying to the Christian, don't come to Muhammad, he is a dummy. You have the book, so why you are coming to me? Which book? You Christian Jews books. Am I fabricating things? Are we following, guys? Do you see how easy to destroy all their argument before even we did not debate? You know, I mean, if this guy he was talking to me, he will be demolished in 2 seconds. What the Christian will do, he will start posting verses from the Bible to prove Christianity and to prove the Bible present. Why you want to do that? Hey, we just get them a nail going from the bomb coming from their nose. We did not even start yet. And if you say to me that the prophet, he don't mean to judge by the book, all of it, yet the Quran says to judge by the book, all of it, that means Allah is a stupid in Arabic, and he learned Arabic like Sheikh Uthman, the ketchup boy. Marfuda, Harina, Masih. Masih, there's many Masih, okay? And here, this is a, Abdul, this is a notebook. This is not even the word Masih. So those potatoes, and you see even translation, by the way, here is false. It doesn't say even the law. The word law is not even exist as a word. It named specifically the Torah. وَعِنْدَهُمُ التَّوْرَاتِ. Not only that, in the verse after it, it says that we gave the Torah to Moses. In it, there is guidance and light. Okay, so what is in the Torah? Guidance and light. What he is saying to them, why you are coming to me asking for decision when you have the Torah? And this is in the time of Muhammad. So if the Muslim, they say that the book was corrupt at that time, that will be a stupid argument again, because the Quran saying to the Jews, don't come to Muhammad, you have what is sufficient. In fact, I have no answer for you. Otherwise, why Muhammad now suddenly they decide not to be a prophet? If I am a prophet and a Jew is coming to ask me a question, why I will say to him, go in your book? So I thought you're sent for a reason. I thought the Muslim, they say, are sent for all mankind. Suddenly now you don't want to discuss with the Jews, and you ask them to go back and read the book which is between their hands. And read with me here, it says, what, when you read in Arabic, you will see translation is very funny. When they say, when they have their own law before them. It's something in front of them, and they have it right now. And that is the law. So the question now will be, why even read the Quran? Are you with me? If we have the law, why in the world we need another law? If this is the law which is active and valid in the time of Muhammad. You see, Muhammad here is not saying the law before me is gone, it's abrogated. No, he is confirming that this law is the one should be practiced. So who need the law of Muhammad? Nobody. Yeah, this remind me of the story in the hadith. I remember this guy, he said few seconds from now, like in the 19 minute and 06 second, that the source of this debate is what? Quran versus the Bible. Did he say that? Yes. Play it again. Quran versus the Bible. But in a few seconds from now, we will see that the Quran has nothing of anything he will say.
So there has to be a separate argument. Let's play on the Christian home field for a second and take the Old Testament as the definitive source of information about the prophets. Even in that case, there's a strong argument that Islam is more aligned with the prophets than Christianity is.
Let us see how. Islam is more aligned with the prophets than Christianity. Okay.
The most important prophet in the Old Testament is Moses.
Guys, the most important prophet in the Old Testament is Moses. Who said that? This Abdul, not me. So just take a note. So why your stupid Quran says to Mary, O sister of Aaron? Aaron and Moses both are brothers. And if you want to honor Mary as the Muslim Abdul, they try to cover the mistake the stupid Muhammad did, because he thought that Maryam, the sister of Aaron, because yes, there is a woman, her name is Maryam, she is the sister of Aaron, sister of Moses. So the stupid Muhammad, he thought that Maryam, the sister of Aaron, is the same. Maryam is the sister or the mother of Jesus. And this is why you will see that Muhammad, the idiot, he named the father of Maryam, which is the mother of Jesus, as Amran. But this is the father of Moses. So as long Moses is the most important messenger for the Muslims and for Allah and for the Jews, so why they call her, oh sister of Aaron, not oh sister of Moses? Isn't it Aaron who is the one who commits sin? So he's not the most important. Moses is the most important. All right, go ahead.
Moses preaches monotheism and bans idolatry.
Great. Moses banned idolatry. So why you Muslim kiss a black stone, and why your prophet kiss it? And as long idolatry is against Islam as you claim, isn't it? This is the Quran saying that Allah commands Solomon to build temple with his statues. And the Muslims in the translation, they try to hide it. Are you sure Islam is against adulteries? In chapter 21, verse number 52, speaking about Abraham, and supposedly Abraham, he said to his father, well, those are statues, they can do nothing, man. What are you worshiping, statues? Look, read it. It's in the Quran. Chapter 21, verse number 52. But then we go to different verse, we will see the Quran encouraging having statues in the place of worship. Chapter 34, verse number 13. And if you read with me, you will see the word statues is gone. Oops. But it is here in Arabic. In Arabic, it says statues. In English, nowhere to be found. However, what we see here, even in this stupid translation, Allah, He is commanding Solomon to have images in the temple. I thought images is haram. So how you say to me, you follow, you Muslims, you follow more the Old Testament, and this is your God saying having images is required in the temple of Allah, the mosque of Allah, because supposedly Solomon is a Muslim now. Is it me who is saying images, or this is your God? Now don't tell me this is the Quran. Now if we change the translation, because by changing the translation, by the way, you change the Quran. It's a new Quran. It's like born again Quran, brother. Like suddenly you will see things wasn't there. I changed the translation. Now let's see. There's no statues here. This is Muhammad Hilali and Muhammad Khan. There's no statues. Huh? They are gone. And the Muslims, they say they will preserve the Quran. They ate the statues. The holy statues in the temple, they are gone. Let us see Khattab. Hey Khattab, how are you doing, buddy? Do you have statues in your translation? Ah, Khattab, he have statues. Unbelievable. But what the heck? I thought they are gone. They are born again statues. They were gone, but now they are coming back. Those statues, brother, sometimes they take vacation. Sometimes they stay. Sometimes they leave. Sometimes they sleep. Sometimes they take a nap. Sometimes they are not there. So based on your luck. Based on your luck. You are reading the book of who? Quran according to who? So now Islam is against our idolatries and worshipping and having idols. But the Muslim, they kiss a stone, and we asked the Muslim, why you kiss a stone? And remember, he said to me, the source of Islam is the Quran. So where is kissing the stone coming from? People, did I warn you in the beginning that he said that the source of Islam is the Quran? Did he say that? Should I play it again? You guys are deaf or what? Are you with me? The source of Islam is the Quran. He said that, not me. The source of Christianity is the Bible. He said that, not me. But this is the Quran. Where in the Quran it says that you cannot worship statues? If you have anything, that would be a contradiction for this. In the Quran it says that Abraham, he said to his father, and the funny Muhammad, he called the father of Abraham Azar. He think his name is Azar, which means foolish. Imagine the name of the father of Abraham Azar. Abraham, what is your father's name? Stupid. His name is stupid, yes. So you call your father Azar, you call him stupid. Oh, okay. So Abraham, he says, are you worshipping idols? So why you are building idols in your temple? And we will find that the verses is speaking about against idolism, if we can use that word, I'm not sure it's correct, is what the Jews said. What Abraham or the Jews said. And then in the chapter of Al-Hajj, it says, avoid having idols. So in one verse in the Quran, Allah, he says, avoid having idols. In the other verse, it says, make idols in the house of Allah. Do you see it? But this is a contradiction. How idols is forbidden, and how idols is in the temple of Allah or the mosque of Allah built by Solomon, according to Muslims, according to the Quran. Either it is bad or it is good. And if you don't know, Islam even forbid drawing images of a human. But the verses we showed you, it's confirmed that you are allowed to do both. You can have statues and you can have images. If you ask the Muhammadan, those statues is for who? They will say to you, prophets of Allah. And then the Muhammadan, he will say to you, do you know that the Catholic, they have pictures in their church? This is what they say. And by the way, here, there's a story about Solomon when he died, brother, which is true story, by the way. This is a source of knowledge in the Quran, Islam. When Solomon, he died standing holding a stick. It's right, the verse after this, after the statues, you know. And look how the Quran jumped from place to place. I mean, you were talking about Solomon, he built a temple. Suddenly, Solomon is dead on the stick. What happened? What is the story of Solomon? Did he finish the temple? What happened to the temple? Where was the temple? Who is even Solomon? You know, I mean, all the names in the Quran, it's impossible to find out when they were located, when they exist, because Muhammad is stealing names. He don't know. In fact, Muhammad, he mentioned that the Sumerian, they will exist in the time of Moses. So as you see, when this guy, he mentioned the Quran is laughable book. Can we take this as a source of history, a source of knowledge, a source from God, that there's a guy, his name is Solomon, he dies standing, and nobody noticed that he is dead for 1 year, enter the termite, they ate his steak. I don't blame the termite for eating the steak. I blame Solomon for using cheap steak. He got it from Home Depot. Go and make a steak made of gold. You are a king. Then the termite, neither rust can destroy it. Think, Solomon? Shame on